What's up, cinephiles and cineasts of YouTube? I'm Bill Robertson, and I'm going to talk tonight about what's new on Netflix. And this might be the biggest new on Netflix yet. This is Stranger Things Season 2. The very highly anticipated Season 2 of Netflix Stranger Things has finally hit. Probably 1.5 billion people have watched it already. I watched it in 2 sittings, last night and tonight, and I think it's pretty good. Can't say it's excellent. I won't say it sucks. I think the setting is my favorite thing about Stranger Things. The first one was set in 1983, and this one is set in 1984. A year later. I think they got the setting, the time frame a lot better this time around. The first season, it felt like it was kind of a mix of a few different eras. It was in the 70s, early 80s, but didn't feel like it zeroed in. This season, it feels like they had more money and they were able to zero in. This is definitely fall of 1984, right down to the president vote for Ronald Reagan signs in people's front yards. The only other show that's ever felt like it really evoked that late 70s, early 80s time frame for me was another great one, Freaks and Geeks. It's not a science fiction horror show, it's more comedy, dramedy, but it's just as cool and takes you right back to that same time. And it's about school kids and their adventures, and they're nerds, and they play Dungeons and Dragons, and there's lots of cool music from back then. So check out Freaks and Geeks if you like Stranger Things. Anyway, back to Stranger Things. For me, like I said, the setting, the tone, making it feel like you're in 1984. Since I was alive back then, I was 10. It really does a good job, I feel. I love all the set pieces, all the innuendo, all the nods to pop culture from back in those days that they throw into the show. I love the music, the soundtrack. I think I'll buy the soundtrack because I love the music. I don't know who does it, but it's fantastic. For season 2, Stranger Things has some more money, obviously, so now we've got some monsters that show up for the kids to fight, and that's pretty standard for most TV shows. Season 2, it's always some kind of monster from the big baddie. They send out their little dog monsters to chase our heroes around, and that's exactly what Stranger Things does. And that was a little disappointing to see that that's the route they took, but it works. I feel like the show slowed down from the middle all the way until the last episode, and then it really, it just kind of lost me because it was just, okay, we gotta fight the bad creatures, and I just didn't care. Until it got to the end of the last episode and they're at the snowball dance and all the kids are together and happy again, and everybody's got somebody to dance with, everybody's got a dance partner from the team, and it closed with The Police Is Every Breath You Take. I'm a big fan of The Police, so that was cool. It was cool to see Paul Reiser. You've seen him a lot, and I didn't recognize him at first. I saw his name in the credits before the first episode. I was like, oh, Paul Reiser's in this. And then when he showed up, I didn't even recognize him. It took me a minute to figure him out, but he's probably best well known for his role in Aliens, and he kind of has a similar role in Stranger Things. And who else was in it? Sean Astin. See, Stranger Things 2, it was such a big success, so now they had some money, so they're bringing in some big names. And Sean Astin's in it, and he had kind of his role was good for him, but it was like you knew he was a goner from the get-go, and that's what happened. Right towards the end, he's a goner. Sorry, spoilers. Disappointing to see what role he was fulfilling. It was a pretty stock role of the nice guy who sacrifices himself. Good show, good 9 hours of TV again. I prefer season 1. There's things about season 2 that I prefer. Like I said, I feel like it zeroed in on 1984 really well and gave you immersed you in 1984, like as far as the music, the set pieces, and clothing, costume design, everything. It really felt like 1984, and I think that's what I like best about it, was the nostalgia. The sci-fi aspect, the adventures aspect of it, I guess there's some horror in there too, but it's all really light. I feel like, I guess Stranger Things is kind of like a tween piece, you know, like Hunger Games, Harry Potter, Hardy Boys even. It's kind of like a PG-13ish Stand By Me kind of story movie, but I like it. I wouldn't say that it was worth the wait, but it's good. So go watch it. I'm giving it a 1.5 for Stranger Things 2. Check it out on Netflix, streaming now. I'll see you next time.